starts right now.
We begin tonight with a stretch of road catching some attention, not because of speeding or traffic troubles, but because a small section of Starcrest Drive has seen 3 unrelated homicides just this year alone.
Only one of those cases has been solved. The Night Team's John Paul Barajas spoke with those who live and work there, as well as the councilman who presides over the area.
Sirens, flashing lights, and crime scene tape for those who live and work near the 8800 and 8600 block of Starcrest Drive. It's becoming too much of a common theme with 3 homicides just this year. Alejandro Garza was outside at the pool with his 12-year-old sister at the time of one of them.
I heard the gunshots. I didn't think it was gunshots. I wanted to believe that it was some firecrackers. She didn't like it, obviously. We went straight back inside, you know. I don't want to see a dead body on the floor.
The homicide Garza heard happened in early September. According to police, a man tried to rob a couple. The couple was able to wrestle the gun away and shot and killed the suspect. The latest death happened just a few weeks after on September 23rd, this Thursday. February. Police say witnesses saw the victim, who had been shot in the back, be pushed out of a black SUV, and the suspect then took off and has not been caught.
I don't want to live here anymore after that, you know. You shouldn't see police with their lights on going up and down your street every single day or waking you up when you're trying to sleep.
A man who works at the Valero up the road didn't want to go on camera, but shared this surveillance video from 2019. A clerk was robbed at gunpoint. A hooded man comes in, gun drawn, and demands money. The employee added he believes in the 2 years since this incident, crime in the area has been worse.
It just so happens at Starcrest, they had those 3 violent murders right there. But again, none of them were connected. They are stepping up the patrols in that area. Safe officers are making a larger presence in that area.
Councilman Clayton Perry, who presides over the Starcrest area, says crime over District 10 is steady. Working with police to make the area safer. Councilman Perry added that whenever there's a violent crime, they alert all nearby residents. And with 2 of the murders from this year still under investigation, he urges anyone with information to call SAPD. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Tonight, a member of law enforcement is one of 3 people killed after police say a suspected drunk driver sped through a West Side intersection overnight. It is a story we have continued to follow throughout the day. The Medical Center Health System in Odessa sharing this picture online. Sergeant Daniel Valenzuela Jr. served with the system and the Ector County Hospital District Police Department. The 37-year-old, his 69-year-old father, Daniel Valenzuela Sr., and 84-year-old grandmother, Andrea Uvalli, were also killed in that crash in San Antonio early this morning. A 4th person in the vehicle remains hospitalized tonight. Police say the 17-year-old suspect sped through the intersection of Culebra and 1604 before hitting a car the Valenzuela and his family were in. First responders worked quickly to try and get those 4 victims out.
San Antonio Fire Department had to extract 1. I don't know which one of the 4 that was.
Police confirming the suspect is 17-year-old Elijah James Montalvo, but a mugshot has not been yet made available tonight. Investigators said he was suspected of drinking before that crash. The teen taken to the hospital to be evaluated.
New tonight, 2 first responders losing their lives amid this pandemic. The San Antonio Fire Department and San Antonio Park Police in mourning tonight. The Park Police Department announced on Facebook Officer Jay Pena died this morning from COVID-19. Officer Pena joined the department back in 2012 and was assigned to the core unit. In their Facebook post, the department said Officer Pena served the citizens of San Antonio with dignity and was an asset to the department. Their post went on to say that he will be deeply missed and their thoughts and prayers are with his families and friends.
Meanwhile, the San Antonio Fire Department confirming active duty fire engineer Joseph M. Fonts also died this morning from COVID-19 complications. He had been with the department since 1989 and most recently worked in the fire training division. Funeral arrangements are pending. Now to a crime alert tonight. San Antonio police have arrested this man in connection to a bank robbery on Friday. According to SAPD, 33-year-old Raul Sandoval was taken into custody for allegedly robbing a bank in the 7700 block of Louis Pasteur Drive in the medical center area. He was located the same day where he allegedly still had evidence from that robbery. Sandoval was booked into the Bexar County Jail on a robbery charge. His bond set at $60,000.
A woman is now facing a charge after she allegedly stabbed a man in the hand with a screwdriver. According to an arrest affidavit last Sunday, 43-year-old Margaret Ruiz got into an argument with the victim and accused him of cheating on her. Police say the argument escalated when Ruiz allegedly tried to stab the victim with a screwdriver. He was able to use his hands to protect himself. Ruiz then ran from the scene after stabbing the man in the hand. She was eventually arrested and now faces a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. San Antonio police also investigating a deadly crash just east of downtown. It happened around 9 last night on Highway 37 and Florida Street near the Alamo Dome. Police say traffic was piling up on the highway after a concert at the Alamo Dome when a pickup truck swerved to avoid a crash with stopped traffic. The impact caused a chain reaction crash, leading to 5 vehicles being involved. A woman in her 20s had to be pulled out of her car. She was pronounced dead at the scene. 2 others were taken to nearby hospital for their injuries. Their conditions are unknown at this time.
An argument at a strip club on the northeast side leads to gunfire. It all happened around 5 o'clock this morning at the Diamond Show Club on Northeast Loop 410 near Perrin-Vinyl Road. According to police, a man and a woman started fighting and the boyfriend allegedly shot her in the shoulder. That woman taken to BAMC where she is expected to recover. The man was taken into custody. He is now facing a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
New video tonight with thousands of Haitian migrants deported back to Haiti. We're now getting a look at what they are returning to. Take a look at this. You can see the smoke, dust, and piles of trash in the capital of Haiti. Police stations have been looted. One man described Haiti as being in a political crisis after their president was assassinated. Although there is a prime minister, the government continues to be absent. Crime continues to be a problem with dozens of gangs. Just yesterday, a newspaper there reported 10 kidnappings happening within 24 hours. The U.S. Homeland Security Secretary said about 4,000 migrants in Del Rio were expelled under Title 42, a measure used during the pandemic.
We made one important exception at the very outset, and that was to not apply it to unaccompanied children.
Other exceptions could be made for a medical emergency or a, quote, legitimate claim of being tortured if they returned, end quote. The Haitian migrant camp in Del Rio was cleared Friday. Another camp across the border from Del Rio in Mexico was cleared this weekend.
Meanwhile, here in San Antonio, supplies are starting to go out to the Haitian migrants in need. That first shipment scheduled to go to Houston, where some of those seeking asylum are currently being held. Local organization Black Freedom Factory received more than 60,000 donations from around the country. They sorted those donations at the Travis Park Church yesterday. Executive Director Kimia Factory says they are working with shelters and churches who are helping Haitian migrants.
A 12-year-old hero was born today. This after he courageously rescued his grandmother from a major fire that broke out in their far west side home. The family tells me through this loss, they've gained everything through their faith.
We just heard an explosion and just ran out. I grabbed my daughter's ashes and he grabbed the dog and we ran.
12-year-old Elijah Woodbury never thought he would become a hero this afternoon. Before that life-changing explosion, Cynthia Sanchez says she was taking a nap while he was up playing a video game downstairs.
I was looking around and I seen orange from the door. So I went out through the door and I seen flames by the AC. And I don't know, I just started screaming, Grandma, we gotta get out, there's a flame, we gotta go.
Before they knew it, Sanchez's home of 17 years here on Cliff Creek was gone. It's all Elijah has ever known.
So we had fires showing out of every eave on the roof. We had, fire on the backside, so it was already affecting the surrounding structures.
Despite losing everything,
I always put him like that.
the family still smiles.
We can rebuild, we can do whatever through God, and we've been through a lot.
And by a lot, she means losing her daughter and Elijah's mother, Jennifer Flores, to cancer 3.5 years ago. A sweet woman who they say was their guardian angel today.
Like she was pushing me a lot, like I wanted to be the hero. And so she just gave me the moment.
Because of that moment, they have their lives and an army of neighbors there to support them through this devastating loss.
Thank you all the neighbors. And, if you're a neighbor of someone that might be going through this, just help out, get something done. you could be like a hero like me, you know.
You see these stories all the time on the news, but you never think that this could happen to you, truly. And it is, it's just really through the grace of God that gets you through it. And I'm just grateful that we made it out.
This is a sweet family right there. The San Antonio Fire Department is still determining a cause of the fire. The family says they do plan to rebuild, but for now, they'll be staying with family members until they can get back on their feet.
All right, we're wrapping up the weekend. It's been a pretty pleasant weekend. Warm in the afternoons, yes, but humidity has been staying on the lower side, and that's made it pretty comfortable out there over the past several days. High temperatures this afternoon, upper 80s, low 90s across the metro area. Officially 89 at the airport, but some low 90s south of the Highway 90 corridor. But as I mentioned, still pretty comfortable. But all good things must come to an end. But we've actually got good news in the forecast for this week in the form of rain chances. So coming up, we're going to talk about the changes that will start to set in tomorrow, and then the rain chances that start to increase on Tuesday, and that will continue all the way through the work week into the start of next weekend. So plenty to talk about to get you ready for the week ahead. That's all coming up in just a bit. Tim.
Thank you, Katie. The weather nice enough to go outside and celebrate Ciclovia, the event organized through the YMCA and help from the city. Sections of roads are closed off to allow bike riders more space to roam. There were also exercise demos to allow people to try some different activities today. Metro Health also on hand to provide people with their COVID-19 vaccine. Still ahead on the Nightbeat, the latest on that $1 trillion infrastructure plan, why the bill may not make it to the House floor by Monday night. Plus, a preview of the next episode of KSAT Explains, how the team is taking a close look at the controversy around plans to expand highways in our city.
But first, the latest on the vaccine mandate debate in the country's largest school system and where the U.S. vaccination rate stands. That's coming up.
The debate over vaccine mandates continues. The country's largest school district, New York City, had mandated all school employees be vaccinated by Monday, but a judge has temporarily blocked that requirement.
Meanwhile, millions of eligible Americans have already started rolling up their sleeves for a third shot of the Pfizer vaccine as vaccination rates have fallen over the last 3 weeks. Here's ABC's Phil Lipoff with the latest.
Millions of Americans are now eligible for a booster shot of the Pfizer vaccine. On Friday, the CDC recommended the third shot for seniors, other medically vulnerable Americans, and frontline workers. Pfizer's CEO believes it is possible to provide both booster shots and first doses.
It's not shall we give boosters or give primary doses to other people. I think the answer should be let's give both. Boosters and doses to other people.
There are still more than 70 million eligible Americans who have not been vaccinated. Health experts continue to stress the effectiveness of the vaccines.
The most recent numbers from the CDC show that out of the more than 181 million people who have been vaccinated, only approximately 19,000 have sustained a breakthrough that has required hospitalization.
51-year-old Tom Schneider was skeptical, but after ending up on a ventilator, his opinion has changed.
The risk isn't worth it. You need to get your vaccine, because there are so many factors that are random and could take you and change your whole life or kill you.
Meantime, the debate over vaccine mandates continues to heat up. Healthcare workers in New York must be vaccinated by Monday. The governor preparing to bring in extra staff, including the National Guard, to assist hospitals. In New York City, there are reportedly 10,000 teachers still unvaccinated. A judge has temporarily blocked a vaccine mandate for public school employees.
I'm going to be terminated. It's going to be my last day.
With COVID cases rising among students and staff, some parents are concerned.
This idea that, well, as long as you have on a mask and your social distance, you don't have to quarantine is a farce, because we know that our babies can't keep the mask on for 8 hours, and we know that they're unable to social distance.
Phil Lipoff, ABC News, New York.
Back here at home, the Wonderland of Americans plans to reopen their booster shot clinic tomorrow at 10 a.m. This will only be available to people who got the Pfizer shot for the first 2 doses. You must also be at least 65 years old or 18 with underlying health conditions.
And if you're still looking to get your vaccine, we have a list posted for you right now on KSAT.com. That list includes all of this week's vaccine clinics. You can also book an appointment through your local pharmacy.
Taking a look at some happy news, of course. You already know I love this weather that's taking place right now, but you said something about it's about to end.
Yeah, but it's not all bad news. So the humidity comes back. We don't love that, but it also comes with rain chances. And that's good because we really could use some rain. September has been a really, really dry month. So it'll be nice to get a little bit of rain going. And we've got several days with chances this week. Let's first, before we look forward, reflect on the day today with a couple of KSAT Connect pictures. Love these beautiful high thin clouds that we're streaming in today. They always make for great photos. Thank you for sharing. And this last one is not a cloud photo, but it's a really cool Selena pumpkin photo. That's awesome. Don't know where you get that, but just thought it was too cool not to toss in there. So thank you for those KSAT Connect photos. You can share those with us, pumpkin photos and cloud photos alike, on the KSAT Weather Authority app, also at ksat.com/pins. Nothing to see as far as radar goes. It is dry out there, no rain, but satellite is showing us those mid and high level clouds that have been streaming in from the west. And we'll have more of those around tomorrow. Also some lower clouds as humidity starts to creep back up. But currently it's still really comfortable outside. We're 75 at the airport. Dew point is still on the lower side, so it still feels just really pleasant. We're already down to 65 in Kerrville, still low 80s from Cotulla down to Laredo. Winds are light for most of us, even calm from Fredericksburg down to Kerrville, but a little bit of a breeze down 35 to Cotulla. Wind direction out of the southeast. That is what is going to bring the humidity back as we get into tomorrow, mainly by early on Tuesday morning. As it stands now, our dew points really aren't too bad, but watch how our dew points change. So through early tomorrow morning, they'll rise a little bit. They'll be a bit higher than they have been the past few days. So you may notice the humidity a little bit more as you step out in the morning. Tomorrow afternoon, they'll try to come down a little bit, but it will still be slightly more humid tomorrow afternoon than it was this weekend. Definitely by Tuesday morning, this deep green color seeping in. More of us will have our dew points jumping into the 70s. That's feeling oppressively humid, and essentially that's where they stay for the rest of the week. But again, that comes hand in hand with chances of rain. So we've got a big weather pattern change on our hands this week. Not one, but two areas of upper level low pressure that are going to cut off from the rest of the jet stream, move over Texas and add some lift and rain-making energy to our atmosphere. That, with the very humid air mass we'll have in place, sets us up for rain chances. And we're looking at periods of heavy rain and some thunderstorms as we get into this week, and this will continue all the way into next weekend. The second rainmaker is going to affect our forecast second half of the work week into the start of next weekend. So over the next 7 days, a good portion of Texas is looking at a widespread 1 to 3 inches of rain, and I do think that includes most of our area here in south central Texas. So just a broad brush here, 1 to 3 inches of rain over the next 7 days. There will be some locally higher totals, also likely some lower totals. So we're going to stretch out scattered rain chances here all the way through the end of the week. They'll really start to kick in late Tuesday into Wednesday. But just a couple of key points here. It won't be raining all day each day. We will have breaks in the rain, so keep that in mind. We'll also have some overnight storms possible this week, so keep that in mind as well. And again, we already talked about the rainfall totals there. So kind of a busy forecast this week. We know you've got your hands full with other things, so let us keep you updated with the weather. Download the KSAT Weather Authority app for both Apple and Android devices. It's a free download. We'll keep you up to date as the rain moves in this week. Tomorrow will be a dry day. That's the day that humidity sneaks back up. Can't rule out a couple of coastal showers. It'll be Tuesday that rain starts to kick up for most of us, and then that continues through the upcoming weekend. We'll talk more about this forecast next half hour, guys.
I guess I have to settle with the rain, huh, Katie? Thank you.
Greg Simmons will have a preview of Instant Replay right after this. The Dallas Cowboys prepare for their Monday night showdown with their NFC East rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles. With more on what's on Instant Replay tonight, let's check in with our Greg Simmons.
This should be a good game. Come a little closer.
I'm going to move a little
closer.
closer.
Having little problems with my microphone all of a sudden. The Houston Texans recovering from their second loss of the season, their first with a rookie at quarterback. Coming up tonight on a brand new edition of Instant Replay.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's huge. We talk about it defending our home turf and defending AT&T, and I think it starts, well, I know it starts right now as we're going on a stretch, but we can't focus about having 3 in a row unless we get the first one. So as I said, it's a great way to open up the season at home with the Eagles and on Monday Night Football.
There you go. The Dallas Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites when they host the Philadelphia Eagles in their home opener tomorrow night. What does Dak think about appearing before the home crowd for the first time since he suffered his devastating ankle injury? He will tell us.
I mean, overall, I felt comfortable out there. Was ready to make plays with the guys around me.
The Houston Texans are coming off their second loss of the season, their first with a rookie at quarterback. How did Davis Mills think he performed under fire in that defeat? And the high school football season, who had the best catch, the best run, the best game? Tonight, find out in the best of big game coverage in all new 12's Top 12 and Sub 5A 12's Top 12. The UTSA Roadrunners are 4-0. UIW gets their first Division I shutout. And who has to stand out if the Cowboys are going to beat the Eagles on Monday Night Football tonight? You decide. Instant replay is live, and it's after the Nightbeat.
And that was a lot of teamwork behind the scenes.
Thank you for your help.
We'll be right back. The battle at Capitol Hill is heating up. Democratic divisions have Speaker Pelosi looking to satisfy both progressives and moderates in her party as they look to move forward with President Biden's domestic agenda.
Added to the challenges, lawmakers have just 5 days left to avoid a government shutdown. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze with the details.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi had committed to bringing the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill to the House floor on Monday, but now says that might not happen.
I'm never bringing a bill to the floor that doesn't have the votes.
The bill includes funding for roads, bridges, projects to battle climate change, and expanded broadband internet access. Progressive House Democrats say they will not vote on that smaller $1 trillion bill until the larger $3.5 trillion human infrastructure bill is also ready for a vote. Meantime, moderate Democrats, including Senators Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, have expressed concern over the price tag and some of the bill's contents.
Obviously, with negotiations, there'll have to be some changes in that. The sooner, the better, so that we can build our consensus to go forward. And we will do that.
The president wants the legislation paid for with increased taxes on corporations and the wealthy, negotiating the price of prescription drugs and other sources of federal revenue, such as increased IRS tax enforcement.
The idea that 50 major corporations in America making a sum total of $40 billion pay zero? Come on, it's just wrong. It's just not fair.
Meantime, the government is set to shut down on October 1st if Congress doesn't also pass a funding agreement.
I will certainly be voting no if the Democrats insist on combining the debt ceiling increase or suspension with the continuing operations of the government.
GOP Senator Pat Toomey telling CNN Republicans would vote for a bill to fund the government as long as it's not linked to a debt ceiling increase. Pelosi has insisted she wants to raise the debt limit in a bipartisan manner and has ruled out using the process of reconciliation. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Taking a look at news around the U.S. Loved ones gathered on today for a memorial service in remembrance of Gabby Petito. In a eulogy, her father, Joseph Petito, described his daughter as a happy girl who people would gravitate toward. He said that she made others feel welcome and loved and venturing outdoors. It comes as the search continues for Petito's fiancé, Brian Laundrie.
She was my niece, and I almost don't even have words. It's just so heartbreaking what happened to her, and we love her, and we know that she's at peace right now.
Petito and Laundrie embarked on a cross-country trip in June and were visiting national parks prior to her disappearance. Laundrie returned home in the van in which they were traveling without her. Laundrie faces a federal warrant for his arrest for the use of unauthorized devices stemming from his actions following Petito's death. 2 separate awards totaling $30,000 have been offered for information on his whereabouts.
The National Transportation Safety Board is joining the investigation into a deadly Amtrak train derailment in Montana. The 10-car, 2-locomotive Empire builder was on its way from Chicago to Seattle with more than 150 people on board when most of the train cars suddenly left the tracks. Some of the massive cars toppling onto their sides, at least 3 people killed in that accident. Several others rushed to area hospitals. Daniel Hutchinson and his son, both military veterans, jumping into action to help those injured.
There was some luggage down on the ground on the bottom level. I picked that up and shoved it up out of the way and then started helping people get out of the train.
Amtrak executives released a statement saying they are, quote, deeply saddened and they are working to help passengers, crew members, and their families.
Now, let's face it, most of us have been there, stuck in a traffic jam on our way to work or while running errands. They're annoying, but in a city as large and reliant on cars as ours, they're bound to happen.
Yeah, this week's episode of KSAT Explains is all about the push to relieve congestion in our area by expanding highways and the controversy surrounding those plans. Myra Arthur has a sneak peek.
Highways. We use them to get from point A to point B, to travel from one side of our sprawling city to the other. But sometimes that can be a headache.
I try to stay off of 1604 as much as possible.
You can be on the weekend and there's traffic in the afternoon or 11 o'clock in the morning going all the way through the day.
It's kind of Russian roulette. You don't know if you're coming off 35, you don't know if they're going to be able to get right from 35 onto 1604.
And with the Bexar County population expected to grow by nearly 2 million residents in the next 30 years, congestion only expected to get worse.
We're growing at a faster rate than the entire state of Texas here in San Antonio.
Expanding a highway will help with easing congestion, at least in the midterm.
Expanding highways is one of the measures planned to help with traffic, but those plans not without controversy.
It's highly likely that the construction of the roadway itself could damage the aquifer.
And some question whether adding to our highways is a real solution.
What we know for sure is that when we expand highways in an urban environment like 1604, like I-35, that congestion gets worse every time.
We're taking a look at the plans to ease traffic along Loop 1604 and I-35 and why they're being met with pushback.
KSAT Explains What's Driving Highways will be available to stream on demand Tuesday. We'll live stream the episode at 7 p.m. on KSAT.com, the KSAT TV app, and KSAT's Facebook page.
And if you can't watch it live, we'll post the full episode so you can watch it on demand later Tuesday evening.
Another look outside tonight. We've got some high-level clouds that have picked up in coverage this evening, but it's still really comfortable out there. And the focus of our forecast this week is on rain chances, but they don't have anything to do with what's going on in the tropics. But it is still hurricane season, so I want to keep you updated. There's a major hurricane out in the Atlantic. This is Hurricane Sam. It's a Category 4 storm that will curve up to the north toward Bermuda over the next 5 days. So they'll be watching that closely. Otherwise, no threat to land. And these two red X's here on the side of your screen, those are tropical waves coming off the coast of Africa. And those have high odds of becoming at least a tropical depression in the next 2 to 5 days. We'll be watching those closely as well. But again, our rain chances this week, nothing to do with the tropics, but you'll still want to know what's going on with our weather. We'll talk more about it coming up in a bit. Japhanie.
Katie, thank you. Coming up, we'll introduce you to the young entrepreneur who's always found a way to persevere through life's challenges. That's next in What's Up South Texas.
He started his own business at the age of 15, and now he's showing others the benefits of being an entrepreneur. Jonah Covarrubias is next on What's Up South Texas.
He tells me despite his obstacles in life, he's always believed in himself.
I also wanted to be like the other kids and stuff like that, like dress nice.
20-year-old Jonah Covarrubias has always loved fashion, specifically shoes.
I just really couldn't afford them at the time.
So you can imagine the excitement on his face as a 15-year-old attending his first sneaker show at Cowboys Dance Hall and checking out all sorts of custom-made sneakers.
I was just like, dang, I could do this. I could put this event together. I could rent out the tables. I could rent out the venue.
While he had that drive, he didn't have the money, but he worked hard to earn it. Jonah cut grass, sold candy, and would sell fun little school gadgets that were popular among kids.
I had bought like this fidget spinner when it was like a little trend. And then that's really where I got the money to start my first event.
Jonah created the Lace Up Sneakers Show, growing from just 30 vendors to now over 150. To this date, Jonah's been able to hold 10 different shows.
This is a great feeling because like I put this all together. It just started off like with a laptop. It's crazy.
At a young age, he faced many obstacles, including a rocky relationship with his stepfather.
That really inspired me. Like I really wanted to get like my own house. That's really what was like my goal.
At one point, he found himself homeless.
Something I had to go through for sure. Definitely a learning experience to like motivate me to get to the next level.
He's learned many life lessons along the way and mended his relationship with his stepfather. Jonah is even a homeowner and now a full-time entrepreneur with a goal to keep expanding his Lace Up Sneaker Show.
I hope to have like DeJounte Murray, maybe Lonnie Walker, some other Spurs players that's like big in the community that a lot of people know.
He set up donation boxes at his events to give back to kids in need like he once was. Jonah says he hopes his comebacks in life inspire others, especially the youth experiencing homelessness, to never give up.
Believe in yourself and then like commit yourself to it 100%. And if you really believe in it, you can make it happen.
For What's Up South Texas, I'm Japhanie Gray.
Coming up next on the Nightbeat, the latest on that active volcano in Spain. How many people have been evacuated and what tools are being used to detect the lava flow? The active volcano in Spain's La Palma Island showing no signs of calming down. Take a look. Ash from the volcano so thick it shut down the La Palma airport yesterday. However, government officials say flights were able to resume today.
Officials say 2 new vents opened up Friday and later merged to create new lava flow. So far, the volcanic activity has resulted in the evacuation of nearly 6,000 people. Spanish officials are now using drones and infrared technology to monitor lava flow in volcanic eruptions.
Back here at home, Katie, we are getting ready after a very long dry spell to welcome back in some rain.
Yes, and things are looking promising. I'm feeling very optimistic about our rain chances heading into this week, as in we're going to have a decent stretch of daily rain chances. Not every single day is going to be a washout. We'll have some breaks, but we are looking at periods of heavy rain this week. So that doesn't bode well for the car wash forecast heading into this new work and school week. So if that was on your to-do list tomorrow or in the next couple of days, you may want to hit pause there because we are expecting our rain chances really to pick up Tuesday. Tomorrow overall is looking like a dry day for the majority of us, but then we'll have some isolated thunder showers work in Tuesday, and then rainfall coverage just goes up from there. This is going to be a welcome change for us. Sure, rain can be an inconvenience at times, but we're way behind now. We had such a rainy late spring, early summer that was very beneficial, but September has been dry so far. A little bit more than a quarter inch of rain at the airport. That's a little bit more than 3 inches below where we typically are this point through the month of September. So we certainly could use some rain. I'm going to step off really quickly so you can get a good view of the drought monitor. This was updated on Thursday. Now 6% of the state of Texas is in drought, most of that just being abnormally dry conditions. In our area, things are looking pretty good. But at one point, we essentially had no drought anywhere across our area. It's starting to slowly creep back in, so we'll take some rain. We talked about the overall weather pattern change that will be happening. We're going to have a couple of what we call cutoff low pressure systems work through this week into next weekend, and these are our rainmakers. We call them cutoff lows because they're removed from the rest of the jet stream. They're a bit farther south, and that allows them to affect our weather pattern. The first one will move through during the first part of the week. It's already a bit closer to us. The second one moving into the Pacific Northwest tonight. It will drop south over the next couple of days and then move our direction back half of this week. And you can actually see really nicely here on water vapor that first rainmaker that will be heading our direction as we get into Tuesday. This is spinning really nicely counterclockwise here on the water vapor imagery. So let me walk you through Futurecast. And I want to preface this by saying I don't want you to stay totally married to any one time stamp you may see on here and what that would mean for chances of rain for your area. Let's look at tomorrow morning. We will have an increase in clouds, not only in the morning, but also through the course of the day. But overall, tomorrow should be a dry day for us. I can't rule out a coastal shower. This particular model, not too keen on that, but a couple of coastal thunder showers and maybe also some showers out well to the west. We're talking Valverde County during the day on Monday. Then quiet heading into early on Tuesday. Now, by Tuesday afternoon and evening, I do think we'll see some isolated showers and storms pop up across the area. And that's when we could also see our first push of some showers and storms move in from the west and potentially continue overnight Tuesday into early Wednesday. And that's one of the key points I want you to keep in mind here. We will have the potential for some overnight showers and storms this week. So that's one of the key things to remember. Also, it won't be raining all day every day. We will have breaks, but each day will carry a chance of rain. And overall, our rainfall totals over the next 7 days generally should be about 1 to 3 inches with some locally higher and lower totals. Tomorrow, though, dry day, increasing humidity, and then our rain chances kick in. Tuesday, we'll be here to keep you updated all week long. Have that KSAT weather app handy, guys.
Thank you, Katie.
Weekend box office next.
We go and I tell you, okay?
Clint Eastwood's Cry Macho fell to 5th place in its sophomore weekend, earning $2.1 million. Candyman made $2.5 million for 4th place and a domestic total of $57 million. Free Guy is at $114 million domestic after a 3rd place weekend worth $4.1 million.
Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay.
A disappointing debut for Dear Evan Hansen. The film adaptation of the hit Broadway musical opened in 2nd place with a lower than expected $7.6 million.
You have the wrong guy. Does he look like he can fight?
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is now the top-grossing movie of 2021. The Marvel movie starring Simu Liu made another $13.3 million for a year's best domestic total of $196 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Don't look now, but the UTSA Roadrunners are 4-0 for the first time since 2012 after their biggest comeback in school history.
And the Texas Longhorns are coming off of their blowout victory over Texas Tech. With more on what's on instant replay tonight, let's head over to Greg Simmons.
A plethora of surprises this weekend, wasn't it? All right, and the fighting Texas Aggies win streak against Arkansas comes to an end. Coming up tonight on a brand new edition of Instant Replay.
Here we go. McCormick is in the backfield, gets the handoff, and he is in there.
The UTSA Roadrunners are now 4-0 for the first time since 2012 and have a very good chance of becoming 5-0 when they host winless UNLV in the Alamo Dome this coming Saturday. That's after their biggest comeback in school history on the road in Memphis with a game-winning kick delivered with no time on the clock by Hunter Duplessis. The Roadrunners receiving votes in both major college polls today.
Not a good showing defensively so far. Thompson going deep into the end zone. What a throw! It's caught for a touchdown by Worthy.
The Texas Longhorns are coming off their blowout win over Texas Tech to open up play in the Big 12. That's where Casey Thompson firmly entrenched himself as the Longhorns starting quarterback after throwing 5 touchdowns. Meantime, the fighting Texas Aggies lost to Arkansas Razorbacks for the first time since they joined the SEC. All that plus punches thrown at the press conference for Canelo Alvarez's next bout. And we'll visit with San Antonio's own Pato O'Ward following his chase for the Indy Series Championship today. Instant Replay is live, and it is next.
Lots of good stuff coming up in less than 5 minutes.
We're ready.
Thank you, Greg. Microphones are working.
Yes.
Also coming up, tell me something good.
Finally tonight, we're wrapping things up by telling you something good.
That's right. Americans have a new reason to send messages the old-fashioned way. We're talking the U.S. Postal Service unveils the Message Monsters. Forever stamps for all pieces of first-class mail. The 4 characters on the stamps are the handiwork of the children's book author and illustrator Elise Gravel. According to USPS, these stamps are, quote, sure to charm everyone along their mail delivery journey. The Message Monsters stamps are available at post office locations nationwide and online.
Just in time for the spooky Halloween season, but they look like they could work all year round. That is all of our time now for all of us here at KSAT 12. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to tune in to Good Morning San Antonio for all your latest overnight news starting at 4:30.
An all-new Instant Replay starts now.
Good evening, everyone. everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Instant Replay. Don't look now, but the UTSA Roadrunners are 4-0, have a very good chance of going 5-0 this coming Saturday. That's after they scored the biggest comeback win in school history on the road against undefeated Memphis. In just a moment, we'll show you how they were able to pull that off, but first.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
After going 1-1 on the road to kick off their 2021 season, the Dallas Cowboys stage their home opener tomorrow night when they host their NFC East rivals, the Philadelphia Eagles. They had the defending Super Bowl champs run for their money in their season opener, then kicked their way to a 2017 victory over the Chargers in L.A. The Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites tomorrow night as Dak Prescott continues his road to recovery. So far, he has thrown for 640 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions to start this season. Is this the last box to check in Prescott's recovery process, playing in front of the home crowd for the first time since suffering his season-ending ankle injury?
All those boxes are checked, and I think this would just be a great one just to get out there. Obviously, last time I played was in front of our home crowd, but to just get out there and do it again in AT&T, I think it'll be fun. It'll be something that, as we said, I'll take a moment. I won't take any of it for granted. But, yeah, all the boxes are checked and just ready to go out here and get a win.
All right, still week 3 for the Cowboys, who host the Eagles tomorrow night at 7:15 on Monday Night Football. Time now for tonight's replay poll. Question, who has to stand out, I should say, if the Cowboys are going to beat the Eagles on Monday night? Should it be Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, or Micah Parsons? Vote now. Have the results at the end of the broadcast tonight. The Houston Texans hosted the Carolina Panthers Thursday night as a backup quarterback Davis Mills got their start over injured Tyrod Taylor. Mills did not do that bad in his first pro start, going 19-28, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, but the offensive game plan was definitely more conservative, and the run attack was the worst it's been in 3 games, rushing for only 42 total yards. The Panthers defense didn't help either by sacking Mills 4 times on their way to a 24-9 win. So what did Mills think of his first start?
Given the circumstances, I'm grateful for it. Unfortunately, Ty went down, and never wish injury upon anyone, but I think moving forward, this is the place I want to be. I've always dreamed of being a starting quarterback in the NFL, so I think moving forward, just trying to improve each and every day is what I'm going to try to do.
And for the Texans in Week 4, they'll be in Buffalo to take on the Bills Sunday at noon. Battle of the undefeated teams, 2-0 Buccaneers, 2-0 Rams in L.A. late this afternoon. Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford had similar games. Brady with 432 yards passing, only 1 touchdown near the end of the game. He also added a rushing touchdown, but Stafford 27-38 for 343 yards and 4 touchdowns. Rams stay undefeated with a 34-24 win. Dolphins in Las Vegas. First quarter, Steel alum Malcolm Brown scores from 24 yards out, helped make it 14-0 Fins. But guess what? This game would go to overtime. Both teams would score a field goal in the extra period. Then Daniel Carlson makes his 3rd field goal in the game. This one, the game winner from 22 yards out. Raiders win 31-28 in overtime. They're 3-0 for the first time in 19 years. Jets at Broncos. The Denver running attack racked up 122 yards with touchdowns from Melvin Gordon III. Javonte Williams. Denver wins 26-0. Denver's 3-0. The Jets are 0-3. Cardinals at Jaguars. Check out the final play of the second quarter. Cardinals going for the field goal, but it's going to be no good. Jamal Agnew decides to bring this one back, and not only does he get some great blocking, he also gets out of some traffic, and then is a 109-yard return for the touchdown. The Jags lead 13-7. The Cardinals stay in this game, though. Trevor Lawrence tries to save this play as he gets rushed. He throws. It's going to be easily picked up by Byron Murphy Jr., who returns it 29 yards to the pick 6. Cardinals win 31-19. Cards are 3-0. Jacksonville 0-3. Bears at Browns. This is all you need to know. The Bears' Justin Fields was 6-20 for 68 yards. That's it. He was sacked 9 times. Former Aggie great Myles Garrett had 4.5 sacks, 4 tackles, and for a loss and 6 quarterback hits. Browns win it 26-6. Ravens at Lions. Final play of the game, 17-16 Lions. And former Longhorn Justin Tucker attempts a 66-yard field goal to win the game. And guess what? He made it after it bounced off the crossbar as time expired. That's a new NFL record. Ravens win 19-17. The Lions are 0-3. Colts at the Titans. 4th quarter. Titans leading by 1 when Ryan Tannehill finds Jeremy McNichols for the 10-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion good. Titans win 25-16. Tannehill at 3 touchdown passes. Derrick Henry added 113 yards rushing. Chargers at Chiefs. 4th quarter. 36 seconds left. Tied at 24. Justin Herbert throws to Mike Williams for the 4-yard touchdown. That's the game winner. LA wins 30-24. Herbert had 4 touchdown passes. The Chiefs are now 1-2. Saints and Patriots. New Orleans up 14-3. First play of the 3rd quarter when Jonnu Smith can't handle the pass. Malcolm catches it and returns it 34 yards with a pick six. New Orleans wins 28-13. New England is 0-2 at home. Jameis Winston had 2 touchdown passes. Bengals and Steelers. Joe Burrow had 14 at 18 for 172 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to Jamar Chase. Cincy wins 24-10 after holding the Steelers to 3 second-half points. Seahawks and Vikings. Kirk Cousins was 30 of 38, 323 yards, 3 touchdowns, added 3 more field goals, and the Vikings win 30-17. That's their first win of the season. The Seahawks are 1-2. Washington at Bills. What a day for Josh Allen. He was 32 of 43 for 358 yards, 4 touchdown passes. 2 of them were to Emmanuel Sanders. He also had 9 yards rushing, another touchdown. Bills win it 43-21. Falcons and Giants. New York was up 14-7 with less than 5 minutes to play when Matt Ryan hits Lee Smith for the touchdown. We're tied at 14-all. Last play of the game. Young Ho Koo makes a 40-yard field goal as time expires to win the game for the Falcons. Atlanta takes it 17-14. The Giants are 0-3. Packers at Niners tonight. San Fran down 6. They take the lead with under a minute to play when Jimmy Garoppolo 12-yard touchdown pass is 28-27 Niners, but Mason Crosby makes his 51-yard field goal to win the game for Green Bay. The Pack take it 30-28. So here are the NFL local connections from San Antonio. Of course, we start with the Broncos. Caden Sturridge out of Steel. They had 2 solo tackles today, 1 interception, 1 pass defense. The Dolphins' Malcolm Brown out of Steel had 7 carries, 31 yards, 1 touchdown. Seahawks. Trey Flowers out of Judson, 7 solo tackles. Alton Robinson out of Judson as well, 5 tackles, 3 solo, 2 tackles for a loss. The Raiders' Trayvon Mayrig out of Smithson Valley, 1 solo tackle today. And the Packers' Ty Summers out of Reagan, 3 solo tackles. The Indy Racing Car season came to a close today in Long Beach with San Antonio's own Pato O'Ward finishing up a great second season for Arrow McLaren SP Racing. He claimed 2 victories this season, including his first at Texas Motor Speedway to go along with his 4 poles, 9 top 5 finishes. He had a shot at being named the Indy Series champion today, but got knocked out at Long Beach through no fault of his own, only to return on lap 53, 34 laps down. A gutsy performance. Pato was nice enough to join us live from California tonight via Zoom following the final race. And we asked Pato how he thought his season did.
We got a breakout win. We added another one on top of that. Multiple time pole sitter, and it's just frustrating that our season had to come to an end like this. But we need to see the positives. We had a great season. We got our first win. Got another one on top of that, and then multiple time pole sitter. And we had some great fights on track. So I think we should be very proud of what we accomplished this year. And we have lots that we can take into next year and just get better.
Thank you, Pato. By the way, the winner of today's Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach was Colton Herta. And the Indy Series Championship goes to Alex Palou. Pato came in third, just 62 points behind. When we come back, the Roadrunners are undefeated, looking for more. How they did it. You saw the game-winning kick. Meanwhile, UIW got their first Division I shutout as they won 31-0 over McNeese State to improve to 3-1. The Longhorns crushed Texas Tech, and Arkansas upset the Aggies. Is this a sign of things to come? As conference play resumes, the sports guys decide. We have the best of big game coverage for you, plus we'll update 12's Top 12. We'll also have the return of our Scholar Athlete of the Week award, and Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant throw punches before their press conference even began. Who wins this fight? Find out as Instant Replay continues live next.